What's going on, guys? Plastic Beach X3 back here with another One Piece sim video, and this time it's going to be another ranked ladder video utilizing the Bonney strategy. So using the same deck as I showed off last time, so I think this is the deck that we're playing. It's going to be a bunch of different lists, just like the last few videos, so if you're interested in seeing the exact lists, go watch the other videos, but I can just, hover over some of these. This video is going to be an all, all Enel video. So I'm going to be showing off the Enel matchup. All the games are going to be on the ranked sim, of course, as usual. So let's get into the games. I'm gonna have to okay, so let's turn on double speed. So this will be me playing. I'm not sure the list exactly. And I'm trying to see. Okay, yep. So these are in order of played, in order of time played. So this will be the first one of the ones that we're talking about today. I keep this hand. It's not the worst hand ever. Like Cavendish is pretty good if they decide to swing at you. Just so obviously Gadatsu. It kind of sucks into Yamato though. But it's like not the worst hand ever. It has Hody and Tin Drop, which are just, a couple of the best cards in the deck, so it could definitely be worse. And I doubt I'm playing Zoro in this version, so they're just gonna pass on 4. We're gonna pass back and forth till I hit 5, and then I'm gonna play Cavendish into Bonney. No need to hold up a Dawn here. They're gonna swing 5 into the Bonney, of course, and then Sabo. I definitely get punished by Gadatsu there, but that's fine. You just make him spin the Gadatsu, I think, in that situation. Because if they don't have it, they don't have it. Like, they didn't have it here, and they had to trash a life, so it's, like, not the worst thing ever. It's also not the best thing ever. And then they flampe into a... They flampe draw, too. Yeah, a lot of Enel players like to do this, like to burn their own life, but I'm not sure how good that is. I'm just going to play Basil pass. No need to swing at Enel right now. They're going to play Shirahoshi. And like Basil's like one of the best cards in the matchup for sure, just because Basil's one of the best cards in the matchup for sure, just because it can't get Rygoed, of course, it can't get Katakuri'd, it can't get Yamato'd. They just have no way of removing it in this deck, because there's like no events that do it, and nothing when attacking that do it. So Basil's just going to be a constant threat on board the whole game. Obviously they can swing into it with high bodies, but I'm going to play the Hody here and tap the Shirahoshi, might as well, and the Sabo, and just swing 8 into it. It actually protects it, which I thought was crazy, because I'm just going to swing 8 into it again, and still be able to hold up a Dawn. They let it go on the second 8. Not sure if I would have protected there, but... They're just going to swing 15 into my Basil, and that's 100% fine. I'll trade a Basil for a skip turn. I'm just going to play Baby 5 into Baby 5, looking for 10 drops here. So just going to try to find as many as I can, get a core zone, which is going to be crazy. The opponent puts the up arrows in the chat. I mean, don't skip your turn, and maybe this won't happen to you. That's how you get severely punished, just skipping your turn to clear a blocker. So I do get the core zone because of Raigo, of course. They're going to play Yamato and then swing, so obviously ultimately punished. Going to 10 drop the Yamato that they played. Pass turn, they just Katakuri back to Hody, put me back to 5, that's fine. I could play another 10 drop, but I kind of want to see if they're going to give me this Yamato first. Doubt it, but... So get a 2k and just 10 drop. They could definitely swing into the 10 drop with the 8, but once again they're going to be skipping their turn to do so, in all intents and purposes. Get the 5 drop Bonney here. I'm just going to spin my Baby 5s, get value out of these guys, get another 10 drop, which is insane. Get another core zone. And now I can probably just like focus on swinging at this Yamato. And maybe play the Bonney or something. So let's just... Do I actually can win any way from now on? Okay. Gonna ignore that, and then see what I want to do here. I'd probably go 11 I can go 11, 12 if he saves it. Okay, he didn't save it, so it's not an issue. Could play Bonney instead of Dawn, which would be like decent. They can't ace again. But they can always 9-drop. I'm gonna play the Bonney to search. Thinking about taking, yeah, so I take another searcher. I was really hoping to get like a Cavendish or something. The Urog's like pretty good here. Oh no, it's not. What am I talking about? I'm just gonna spin both Bonnies, filter them out of my hand, and then play the Resonante. So like I said, I could have played Bonney, but Bonney, it's all right. Like right here, like they can't ace, but also like their ace isn't gonna get rush anyway, even if they choose not to gain the life, because they're at 3. So it's like not the best thing ever, and like it's just something else that they can. It's like something of value that they can Yamato, which I didn't think was necessary to put on the field right now. I'm gonna go 13 into the Dofi, and I'm just gonna double 2K. I don't know what the purpose of holding up 7 was. We'll have to see. Okay, so 7 drop Enel, just swing into the baby 5. That's fine. Baby 5 wasn't gonna get much value anymore anyway, besides just drawing 2Ks. I'm gonna swing 10 into this Enel, and they choose to burn a life, which is fair enough. That's kind of what I wanted them to do anyway, so that I can just freeze the whole board past turn. Now they're in a situation where if they play ace, they have to decide between gaining a life and swinging, so that they can only swing 5 this turn. But actually they instead choose to flampe, take the life, and then Yamato down the Yamato and kill the Resonante, which is fair enough. I'm gonna go 10 into 8. Just start clearing board here. Could even play Hody if I really wanted to. I could also play Bonney and Urog. So I'm gonna go 10 into the Enel. They choose to trash the life, just a straight up -1, so that's fine with me. Then I'll kill it for good with the other 10 drop. Play Kid into Corazon. I can't get Rygoat, of course, because of the Corazon, but they do have Katakuri. Put it on the bottom of the life. That's whatever. I got 2 more in my hand. Going to swing 12 into the 10 drop. I'm gonna obviously tap the 9 drop. They're gonna swing 5, and I'll take it. I hit a Basil, which is really good. Because now I can devote more Dawn to swinging this turn, and then also still like play a really good card in Basil. So I'm going to go 11 and kill this Yamato, and then 10 just to see what he does, and then I'll probably just go 12. So 10, 12 on the other one, and then play the Basil, hold up a Dawn. Of course not swinging because they're at 1 life. The Yamato and kill another Corazon, sure, gain a life. I could actually start swinging at life, so I think that's what I'm going to do here. Oh no, actually I just play Hody because it's so free. Just to tap their board. I'm at, I was at 4 life, so now I can start pressuring life. I still have a ton of swings, so might as well. Just to see if he has it, and he ended up not even having enough to beat that, so I could have just went straight out for game if I wanted to, but it was just safer just to clear the board. And then turn my character sideways just to continue putting on pressure. If they have it, they have it. I'm still not in a bad spot, and if they don't, I win, and they didn't, so I won. Going into the next one, against the Stealth Master, pretty good hand, has the 10 drop and an 8 drop, which is real good, and I hit another 8 drop, I think is the only target there, right? Yep, as the only target, so I have to take that. So this list is on 3 8 drops, and maybe this is why. More recently, I've cut the 8 drop to 2, even though it is like the best card, like to sit behind, of course. RP Law isn't as like prevalent as you would think it'd be. You're more facing you're definitely facing a lot of RP Law, but you're also facing a lot of Lucci, Boa, Enel, Mirror. So like, you gotta understand like the mass of all those decks where 8 drop is like good, definitely really good, but not as good as like against RP Law. It's just I cut it down to 2. made room for other stuff, as you saw on the list, like the 9-drop Zoro, just to try it out. I'm mainly just trying it out, just to see if I like it. But this is like one of the arguments why you would want to, you know, just add some not variables, but heighten the ceiling of your deck by adding different copies of cards, essentially. Playing like, you know, instead of this third kid, it would be a 9-drop Zoro here, essentially. Which wouldn't be, you know, Enel, I mean, it's good against Enel, so of course it can get Raigo'd, but, you know, what can't, you know? I'm going to play this Cavendish, and they're going to Gidatsu, of course, and, you know, sure. Top deck a Hody, which is like the best card I could have probably top decked in this situation. But I might, yeah, I'm not even going to play it. I'm just going to swing into this Okiku because I'm still at 4 life. They can't gain a life off it, and just play Baby 5. Wait to Hody, I guess, next turn. And like right now, their 9-drop isn't getting any value. Because first of all, they're at 3 life, and you know, they're only going to kill a Baby 5. So they're going to choose the Katakuri, put the Flampe back. I'm going to swing 8 into that Gidatsu. It, of course, dies. And then I'm going to play the Basil I top decked, which is nasty. I'm going to swing 8, tap the leader, play Yamato with no ability, pass turn. I get definitely 10-drop here, but I think just playing the kid and passing might be good. Looks like I'm hovering over the Hody, though. So if I Hody, I can swing 10 into the Katakuri, of course. But I just choose the 8-drop just to stick a body. See, this is where 9-drop would be really good. And it's not like I hate the 9-drop card. I've always talked shit about it, of course. Because it's funny. And, like, it's also true that sometimes it's just so bad. But right there, it would have been crazy. Of course, it can't get Katakuri'd. Yamato couldn't kill it there. They would have to burn 3 life to Raigo it. So maybe, you know, you see the merits in the 9-drop there. I'm going to 10-drop just because it's super free. Pass turn. Keep them at 4 life to make their Kingdom Comes worse. Not worried about Yamato because I don't have a 7-drop on the field or anything that can die. Of course, Basil, but they're just going to hard play this ace. No effect. So this is why I'm always saying, like, you should keep them at 4 life, is because, like, it turns half their deck into vanillas. I mean, Yamato, Ace if they play it, Luffy, Rocket Luffy if they play it, Raigo, like. I'm just going to swing 10 into the Katakuri, they let it go. Could Hody down the Ace, swing into it with Basil or something, and then swing into the Katakuri with the Hody, but I'm actually just going to swing 11 into this Katakuri, play the Baby 5, use the ability, take a 10-drop, disgusting, and then play... Oh, I think I know what I did here. I misplayed. I meant to play the Cavendish first and then do this. Search with the Baby 5. So I just have to leave up 2 Dawn. So that was a misplay on my part there. I was supposed to play the Cavendish first, and I think I realized it as soon as I did it. I get a core zone here, busted, with the 8-drop, of course. I keep saying of course, I don't know why, not like I ever say that a lot. Gonna tap the ace with my leader ability. They're at 10, they can ace, gain a life. Looks like they might just do that. Yep. Pass turn, I'm just gonna 10-drop. Well, okay, we'll swing into the 9. Make him give us a 2K and then 10-drop. Might as well get cards out of hand. They're gonna go 10 of life. Just take it. I'm not afraid of ace because they have more than 3 life. They're gonna swing 10 with the Share Hoshi. Okay, so just block 2K 1K, or sorry, 2K 2K. Just thinking about the best way to do it is just 2K 2K. It's 2 cards versus 3. I'm gonna swing into the Share Hoshi because it's free. Swing into the ace, it dies, and then swing into the Yamato. They give us a 2K, and then we can play Kid into Corazon, get rid of the searchers. They're not doing much for us anyway now. and then hold up the Resonante, hold up the Basil, just in case something fishy happens. They're going to swing 12 into the kid. I'm going to tap the Yamato, give them the 0 drop with the third kid, and then 2K to play around Raigo. They're going to Flampe, take the life, draw a card. Would have been nasty if they decided not to ace ability last turn. They could have Flampe'd into Flampe and then Flampe again. So maybe a little, I mean, it's hard not to gain a life with the 10 drop, but I'm going to go, what was it, 11 into the Yamato, it dies, and then 12 into the ace, and it surprisingly dies. I'm surprised I didn't save it, to be honest, because I was just going to pile up Dawn on my Dofi, and then I just baby 5 rip another Resonante after it dies to a Raigo. They're kind of forced to Raigo the Resonante because otherwise it's just a dead card and I just get another one, so that's hilarious. Now I'm sitting kind of pretty. I can just go 7, 9, 10, 10 and play Basil. They're going to counter out of this 9. I'm going to go 10. Put them at 0. Threaten lethal with the Basil if they don't counter out of this. Yep, forced to counter out because of the Basil swing. And then I can just play Basil past turn, hold up a Dawn. I think I was just deciding whether to swing with Basil there. I don't think I ever swing there. No need. They're gonna go 10. Just gonna give them the 0 drop. They'll go 8, 1, ace, 1, pass turn, and lose. Go 9. They hit a beige, but irrelevant because we put ourselves in a position where we don't lose to beige or the 0 drop event, which is super important in Enel, or when you're playing against Enel. So now we are watching my friend Money play his deck. God awful hand, I'll say that much, so just mulligan that. They're gonna Flampe. We're gonna pass. Probably just go Uruk Basil for the next 2 turns, Shirahoshi, whatever. Hody just kind of mitigates the relevancy of that card. So Money likes to swing a life. Not a fan. Swinging at life early, so I'm glad he didn't do that. Multiple reasons why. Because Rocket Luffy, Ace, Great Eruption, make him spin the Flampes. I mean, Flampes at 2K, like they're getting 2 cards regardless, Flampe and life in hand, or Flampe on field, life draw to hand, top of deck to hand. So it's your choice. Like, I'd just rather them spin the 2K on the field, personally, and like keep them at 4 life just to make, like you saw in the last game, it turns like a large majority of their deck into vanillas. Now here is the one situation that I would actually swing early, and you have to be very cognizant of this and be very aware of this situation right here. This is a situation where I would swing at life. When they're going to 9, you play the Hody. You can definitely kill this. Yeah, just do the regular swings you just did. But you have to swing with the Basil here because you're at 7 life total. Always be cognizant of and aware of how much life is on the field total whenever they're starting to hit the late game. Because, I mean, they obviously play 4 Yamato, and every Enel deck plays 4 Yamato. So you have to be cognizant of the life. If you're going to play a Hody, account for not only the life draw off the Hody, but also at the end of the turn, how much life is on the field. If you can swing, swing. They're going to take the 7, of course. No way they counter out of the 7 here just so they can get valuable Yamato. So it was just always better to swing 7 so that we can avoid the situation that just happened. They're going to Yamato, pop the Hody past turn. We're going to draw another Hody, but we're down a Hody on board, which is super annoying. Can't really do much here besides Hody, so we're going to tap the Shirahoshi and the Yamato, go 5 into the Shirahoshi, go, I guess 10 or 11 into the, yeah, so 11 into the Yamato. They counter, I'm assuming. And then we have to go, we don't have to go 7 at life because the Hody draw off life this turn. They're gonna 8-drop, put the Hody on the bottom, sure. They're down to 5 cards, which is massive for us. We can't lead your ability, which is annoying, but it's whatever. We get a kid, so that's huge. I'd say, you know, potentially just 10-drop here. Could argue Hody, but I think just 10-drop. Because you want to start contesting their bodies on board, and like 10-drop is essentially a turn skip card. While you get to, it lets you live a turn while you can establish a 10k monster. So we'll just establish that monster. We'll likely just have to take an 8 swing here, which is fine because of the kid. They do have Virigo. Super annoying. But they're gonna go fucking I am God with the rest of the Dawn and actually hit the Enel. Okay. Nice. So, can you imagine a better turn in Enel than Virigo, I am God, hit the Enel, play it, swing. Virigo on a 10-drop nonetheless. So we're gonna go 5 at life just to test their hand out here, make them give us a card before we start swinging at board, I'm assuming, or do something here. Could definitely swing 7 into the Enel, make him burn a life. You still have the core zone for the kid, so it's protected from Virigo. Yeah, should have swung first. So we're swinging in 7 into the Enel. They give us a 2k, so that's pretty good. They could have just gave us a free filter life, but don't know why they decided to drop the 2k there. And then we're going to Resonante because like they could have still dropped the 2k there and gone unpunished. Like they could have took the life or used the Enel ability, still be able to use their leader ability, and discard the beige if nothing else. So you just have more options if you do that way. So they're going to actually start 12 here. Fair enough. We're counter out of it because they're holding up 6, and like super important. Just once again, whenever you're in this spot right here, whenever you're thinking of blocking with the Resonante on the kid, always keep in mind, like, what can my opponent do? Could my opponent KO my kid if I block with the Resonante? Because we could have very easily just blocked out of this 12 and saved the counter in hand for bigger swings later. But they still had at least 6 Dawn up. So we really need to counter out of this to play around the Virigo. Of course, they're holding up 6 Dawn for the Virigo. I mean, so they're gonna go 8 and try to make us block again. We do not take the bait, counter out of it, and they have to put 11 onto the. They have to swing 11 with their leader instead of Virigo, and we can decide to block out of that if we wanted to because they can't Virigo us this turn. We could also counter out of it. Get rid of the potentially double 0-drop, or just 0-drop Hody. We do instead block. I think that's fair. We rip a Basil Hawkins, which is going to be really good this turn, I think. So we can go. We have essentially 3 Dawn to work with. We're going to want to swing 5 first at leader just because we are threatening game on board if they do take the 5. So it's just an easy beta card out of hand swing. So we'll do that just first and foremost. That's the majority of time that you're actually swinging at a nail, in my opinion, is like at the start of your turn, you just turn your leader sideways, swing 5, just because they can't afford to take the 5 this late in the game. And it's just an easy 1k counter out of hand. Now you can direct everything to board. They only have 2 cards now. So we'll go 11 into this Yamato, see if they give it to us. They do. Can still swing 7 into the Enel. We are going to do that. they're going to use the ability trash a life. Oh, it was a Frankie. Get fucked. And they did have the Rygo. They did have the Rygo from last turn. Obviously, they held up 6 Dawn. But they decided to ditch it this time. I guess out of fear of Corazon. We don't even have the Corazon this time. So, you know, super punished for that. They must have like a 10-drop ace or something in hand that they had to choose between 10-drop and Rygo. Yep. Okay. Yep. So now we can 0-drop probably. Get rid of the other 0-drops. Not doing much. 2 of them isn't doing much for us here. And now we're pretty set. We could definitely go for game if we wanted to. We could also try to just clear out board, just to be, you know, play around all the triggers in the world. Regardless, we're going to start out at 5, see if they take it. They do. So now we'll just keep swinging at life 7, low, just swing low Dawn investment numbers in case we need to pivot because of triggers. And we don't need to. They didn't hit any triggers like a beige or a 0-drop, so now we can just swing out of life and win. If they would have hit something, of course, we can just pivot into Hody, swing at board with our kid and our Hody. But that wasn't the case. So we'll go into the last game here. Once again, it's my friend Money playing. So we mulliganed our hand. This hand's alright, I guess. Hody, kid, Corazon. Could have definitely played the Bartolomeo, and Money swung at life. I don't know why he does that. I keep trying to tell him don't do that. But he definitely God, did it again. Oh my goodness gracious. I was going to say you could play the Bartolomeo and then Bonney. So you can get a free draw one, trash one. They're going to play Shirahoshi. They just don't. I guess that's the best thing they could be doing right now, actually. You know, Gadatsu's not going to do anything for them. They don't really want to put us at 4 life, Gadatsu the Bonney anyway. Because then their Gadatsu can't kill Cavendish later. But we do have Basil on 7, so we'll just play that. Pass turn. They tried to Katakuri the Basil and must not know what the card does. So we get a free tap on the Katakuri. Hilarious. And now we're going to super punish them by just swinging everything into the Katakuri. Yeah, read the cards, guys. And this is ranked ladder, by the way. This is ranked ladder, by the way. And so here's the line here. I'll show you guys. The line here is we'll go 13 into this Katakuri. We'll hold up 3, and we have the choice, depending on if they save or don't save it, to, if they save it, then we're going to play the Corazon to be able to block out of this 8k coming our way on our Hawkins so that we can save our Hawkins. And then tap the leader, of course. If they let it go, then we can just throw down the Bonney, still hold up a Dawn, get a free search out of it, because if they want to put, you know, 6 on their leader swinging to Basil, essentially skipping their turn, that's fine with us. They can't play a high end this turn, etc., etc. So right here is one of those like pivot point. This is like a textbook idea of how you want to sequence your plays, in my opinion, is you want to make the play that gives you the most options after your opponent makes their decision. Just like right here, you know, put 6 here, hold up 3. We have 2 choices, Bonney, Corazon, depending on what they do. That's exactly where you want to be. So they save it, so we're just going to play the Corazon instead of the Bonney. Pass turn. They're at 10, at 2 life, which is annoying. They are going to Rocket Luffy our Corazon. And then swing 13. So that kind of sucks, but we'll just let this go. So we'll just Hody down this Shirahoshi, swing into the Shirahoshi. Didn't really have a much better play there anyway, and like Hody's safe here because we have 6 life on the board now after the Hody life draw. And we can still go 10 into the Katakuri pass turn. They'll save it, giving us 2 more cards out of hand after already giving us, what, 4 earlier? Just to save this Katakuri. They're just gonna skip their turn, swing 18. This is what a lot of Enel's players do. I don't know what the rationale behind all this, like just like trying to clear the Hody. I get it, you want to clear a body, but you're skipping your turn. Like you just lost all of your tempo. They're gonna flomp a Raigo, I'm assuming. Like Enel's a deck where you're just never in a winning position, in my opinion, because your life, you're just always trying to get down to 1 life. So like you just need to keep up tempo. They don't have the Raigo, they just Yamato. I guess that's good. So we're just gonna start with a 10 into 8. We can do some sick plays here. Tons of choices. You know, definitely could Hody. Could also have Bonney'd Uro, or no, we didn't have Uro. Could have Bonney, or like even Bonney Barto Bonney. We wouldn't be able to hold up the Dawn then. We could have also just like Basil Bonney. But we decided to go for the Hody just to keep tempo and pressure board. So we'll swing 10 into the Katakuri. They finally let that thing go. And then we'll pass turn holding up a Dawn. So they only get 1 swing this turn. They could ace and just not choose not to gain the life, but then they're only swinging 9-10, and that's whatever. So they skip a turn again. Guys, come on. And immediately punished by 10 drop off the top. Okay. It's not like we couldn't have, like, we were just going to swing into that Yamato, if not, and then we could have, like, froze a Dawn or something with the Bonney, or did something cute with the Basil Urog, but we ripped the 10 drop, so we'll just play that thing. Like I said earlier, skipping their turn, sticking a body, pretty big. They are going to ace and choose to gain the life instead of the swing, which I think is fair enough. I think that's fair. Probably the right play. We're going to go 13 into the 9 drop. Make him give us, what, 3 cards here? Sure. Still holding up 7 to play the Basil. But could also play Bonney and swing 9 again. Swing another 9. Oh, but we're actually going to swing 11 and play the Urog. Okay. Okay. I think maybe, you know, a less risky play there. It just depends how you look at it, but it could have been to swing 9, see if they give it to us on the 9, and then still be able to play the Bonney, freeze it, hold up a Dawn. But also, like, if we think we can reasonably, they only have 4 cards in hand, they've countered out of pretty much every swing, besides that 1 Katakuri swing. So, like, we can reasonably infer that they're running low on counter, so I think the 11 there is pretty safe. Just play the Urog, hold up a Dawn. And he's a blocker, so. So they're sitting at 5 cards in hand. Not good for them. They do have another Yamato. So they can kill the Urog, and they're just going to pass, not let us tap anything. But, of course, that gets punished by the Hody. And this is how I like to see Hody played, in like how you utilize Hody in the Enel matchup, is to tap their big characters just so you can start swinging at them. You just need to swing at their characters over and over, like you see in this game. They've given us so many cards on their characters that they're just down, so but they don't even have any 2Ks in hand. They have to spend 2 1Ks to protect this ace, and now we're just chilling. Like, no need to swing at their life. We're chilling. They can't swing at our life, or we're just going to tap their characters and swing into them again. They have to let them go because they're down to 2 cards in hand. You could even argue like a Basil baby or Basil Bonney is in order here. Thinking about swinging 5. I don't think yet. I think we definitely, with the 2 monsters on field, we want to wait so that they don't have cards in hand to protect it next turn. I mean, eventually they're gonna have to swing, especially if we stick this Bonney, because we're just gonna keep accruing advantage through the Bonney, so we put the Bonney on the field so that they're forced into swinging into it so that we can tap their other characters. Or otherwise we're just going to go insane on value. And then we'll just play the Basil, sticky, blocker, good. Keep them at 3 because their Raigos are so much worse. They do have the Yamato to so that our Bonney theory play was annihilated there, which is fine. I still think we just definitely don't swing at life here. Okay, but we do anyway. And they of course take that. And we're just going to play Kid. Yeah, I don't understand the purpose of swinging at life there. You just made their Raigo 10 times better. No, I would just never swing there. They don't have Raigo, but if they did, that would have sucked. And then they have Yamato still not swinging, so they've seen all of their top in this game. But they're not swinging, so we can't swing into it, so we're kind of just at a stalemate here. We could definitely start swinging now, though, because we have enough pressure on board. They have no cards in hand. A 5 swing is definitely in order just to see if they take it. If they take it, then we're just going at life. Like, go blitz at life. Of course, be conservative. Don't put your Don on your characters if you don't need to. Just think about what's going to happen. Think before you start swinging, before you start putting Don on stuff, think about what could they trigger here. Do I need to put a Don on Hody? You know, do I need this Don for anything else? In this specific situation, we don't. We have no blockers. So we're probably not even going to play anything else this turn. So in this situation, it was just a low risk investment just to swing 9 there. And if they take it, we can kill them. But you know, just always be cognizant of that kind of stuff when you're playing against Enel. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. I have tons of ranked video content on the Bonney deck. Just like this, I have an all Lucci video, I have an all RP Law video. I just have, you know, matchups against all other kinds of decks. So just be sure to check those out. And GG's to all those guys. Make sure to subscribe to Plastic Beach X3 for more One Piece videos. And peace out.